The National Weather Service in White Lake, Michigan has issued Tornado Watch number 673, effective from 12:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time until 7 p.m. Wednesday for portions of southeast Michigan, northwestern and west central Ohio, and east central Indiana, including the territory of southwestern Ontario. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Damaging tornadoes, large hail up to 4 inches in diameter, thunderstorm wind gusts to 80 miles per hour, and dangerous lightning are possible in these areas. The Tornado Watch area is approximately along and 232 statute miles east and west of a line from 46 miles east-southeast of Vassar, Michigan, to 40 miles northwest of Dayton, Ohio. For a complete description of the watch, please refer to the watch product. Remember, a tornado watch means conditions are favorable for tornadoes and severe thunderstorms in and close to the watch area. Persons in these areas should be on the lookout for threatening weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial, media and satellite outlets for later statements regarding this developing situation. Repeating, Tornado Watch number 673 is in effect for portions of southeast Michigan, northwestern and west central Ohio, east central Indiana and the territory of southwestern Ontario until 7 p.m. tonight. The National Weather Service in White Lake, Michigan has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for the following counties: Lenawee, Monroe, Washtenaw, Wayne, Oakland, Macomb, Lapeer, St. Clair and Sanilac until 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 3:13 p.m., National Weather Service Doppler radar was tracking a line of severe storms extending from 16 miles west of Blissfield to 4 miles west of Forestville, or 22 miles west of Sterling Heights, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Locations in the path of these severe thunderstorms include Temperance, Monroe, Ida, Dundee, Flat Rock, Dearborn, Detroit, Livonia, Southfield, Farmington Hills, Warren, West Bloomfield Township, Sterling Heights, Troy, Memphis, Almont, Capac, Imlay City, Yale, Croswell, Sandusky, Deborahville, Forestville. Hail up to the size of golf balls was reported in Ann Arbor. This storm may intensify, and a tornado watch remains in effect for southeast Michigan until 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Persons in these areas should prepare for this storm and be prepared to act in the event severe weather worsens. The National Weather Service in White Lake, Michigan has issued a tornado warning for the following counties: Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb until 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 3:36 p.m., National Weather Service Doppler radar was tracking 2 severe storms in a severe squall line capable of producing tornadoes. The most dangerous part of the storm was located south of Birmingham and traveling southeast at 30 miles per hour. Another dangerous storm that has shown a history of strong rotation was north of Romulus and was traveling southeast at 30 miles per hour. Both storms may produce tornadoes at any moment. These storms are expected to impact the following areas: Beverly Hills, Lathrop Village, Berkeley, Clawson, Huntington Woods, Royal Oak, Ferndale, Hazel Park, Madison Heights, Warren, Detroit City Airport, Detroit Metro Wayne Airport, Taylor, Southgate, Ecorse, Wyandotte, Riverview, Trenton. This includes Interstate 94 between mile marker 196 to 202 and 218 to 220, Interstate 75 between mile marker 34 to 41 and 56 to 65, and Interstate 696 between mile marker 14 to 27. Take cover now. Seek shelter on the lowest floor away from windows and outside walls. If in high-rise buildings, seek shelter in a stairwell or on the first floor away from windows. If you have a basement, go there now. Repeating, possible tornadoes can be expected near Birmingham and Romulus, and we're traveling southeast at 30 miles per hour. Take shelter now. A tornado watch remains in effect until 7 p.m. Wednesday for southeast Michigan. Environment Canada has issued a significant weather bulletin for regions in the broadcast area. Stay tuned for further information.
Environnement Canada a émis un bulletin météorologique significatif pour les régions dans la zone de diffusion. Restez connectés pour plus d'informations.
Environment Canada has an update to the tornado watch that was issued for Essex and Kent counties in southwestern Ontario, including the cities of Windsor, Amherstburg, and Chatham-Kent until 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Tornado warnings have been issued in southeast Michigan due to severe weather. These storms appear to have produced strong supercells that are producing tornadoes near the city of Detroit and are moving southeast towards Essex and Kent counties at this time. Persons should prepare for this approaching severe storm and be ready to take action in the event severe weather worsens. If a tornado warning is issued, that means that Doppler radar has detected a severe thunderstorm that could form a tornado, and those in the warned area should seek shelter in an interior room or basement and place yourself between walls and the tornado as possible. Remember to stay away from windows, doors, and outside walls. If you are on roadways and you cannot avoid the tornado, seek shelter in a ditch or ravine. Again, tornado watch for Essex and Kent counties in southwestern Ontario, including the cities of Windsor, Amherstburg, and Chatham-Kent remains in effect until 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Tornado emergency for eastern Wayne and southern Macomb counties, including the city of Detroit. A tornado warning remains in effect for Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties until 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 3:39 p.m., train weather spotters and National Weather Service meteorologists were tracking numerous severe storms, producing tornadoes across the warned area. Spotters have observed a wedge tornado near Warren, moving southeast towards East Point, Detroit City Airport, St. Clair Shores, Grosse Pointe Woods, Grosse Pointe Farms, and Grosse Pointe Park. Another large and damaging tornado was near the Interstate 96 Michigan Highway 8 interchange and moving southeast towards the downtown area of Detroit. If the storm continues, it will cross the Detroit River into Ontario and strike the city of Windsor. Another tornado was detected on radar near Taylor and moving southeast towards Southgate, Wyandotte, Riverview, and Grosse Ile. It will cross the Detroit River into Ontario and impact LaSalle, Edgewater Beach, and Amherstburg. Persons in these areas should take this dangerous situation seriously and get in a sturdy shelter now, because a violent tornado is approaching the city of Detroit. Those in higher-rise buildings should take shelter in stairwells or on the first floor away from windows. These storms have caused extensive damage in western Wayne and western Oakland counties within the past hour. Repeating, a tornado emergency is in effect for persons in Wayne and Macomb counties, including the city of Detroit. Do not wait. Take shelter now. Environment Canada has issued a significant weather bulletin for regions in the broadcast area. Stay tuned for further information.
Environnement Canada a émis un bulletin météorologique significatif pour les régions dans la zone de diffusion. Restez connectés pour plus d'informations.
Environment Canada has issued a tornado warning for northwest and west central Essex County in southwestern Ontario, including the cities of Windsor, Edgewater Beach, and Amherstburg until 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 3:39 p.m., meteorologists at the National Weather Service in White Lake, Michigan were tracking severe storms with tornadoes on the ground approaching the city of Detroit and are moving southeast at 48 kilometers per hour. tornadoes will enter the northwestern and west central areas of Essex County and will affect the cities of Windsor by 3:55 p.m. Another tornado will approach Edgewater Beach and Amherstburg by 4 p.m. Due to the severity of these storms, all residents of northwestern and western Essex County should seek shelter underground or in a reinforced structure with no windows now. Hazards expected with this storm include damaging tornadoes and large hail. Place yourself between walls and the tornado as possible. Stay away from windows, doors and outside walls. If you are on roadways and you cannot avoid the tornado, seek shelter in a ditch or ravine. Follow latest statements from Environment Canada if severe weather worsens. A tornado watch remains in effect for Essex and Kent counties in southwestern Ontario until 7 p.m. Wednesday night.
Tornado emergency for the city of Detroit and Windsor, Ontario. A tornado warning remains in effect for Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties until 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 3:49 p.m., a large and destructive tornado continued southeast from the Interstate 94 Interstate 96 interchange and was on a direct path for the downtown area. Persons in these areas must be in a reinforced structure and are taking shelter now. Those in higher-rise buildings should use stairwells for shelter. Stay away from windows and outside walls. Again, this is a tornado emergency for the city of Detroit and Windsor, Ontario. Do not wait, or it may be too late.
Tornado emergency for Windsor. A large and deadly tornado is approaching Detroit from the northwest and is on a direct path for the downtown area. This tornado will cross the Detroit River and directly impact the downtown Windsor area. If you are in high-rise buildings, seek shelter in a stairwell or on the first floor of the building and stay away from windows and outside walls. If in a vehicle or mobile home, move to a reinforced structure. Do not seek shelter under bridges as they act like a dangerous wind tunnel. Do not try to outrun the tornado. Your life may depend on it. Again, a tornado emergency for Windsor is in effect. Take shelter now.
Tornado on ground crossing the Detroit River and will impact Edgewater Beach and Amherstburg. A large tornado is approaching from the northwest and is on a direct path for Edgewater Beach and Amherstburg. This tornado will impact these communities within the next 10 minutes. Seek shelter now in an underground room or reinforced structure and stay away from windows, doors and outside walls. This tornado has caused damage in areas south of the city of Detroit. Again, a tornado emergency exists for the towns of Edgewater Beach and Amherstburg. Act now to protect your life.
The tornado warning for Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties has expired. The storm that prompted the warning is out of the warned area. However, a tornado watch remains in effect until 7 p.m. for southeast Michigan and the Canadian territory of southwestern Ontario.
Environment Canada has issued a significant weather bulletin for regions in the broadcast area. Stay tuned for further information.
Environnement Canada a émis un bulletin météorologique significatif pour les régions dans la zone de diffusion. Restez connectés pour plus d'informations.
Environment Canada has extended the tornado warning to include central Essex County and southwestern Ontario, including Maidstone, southeastern Tecumseh, Essex, Lakeshore, Cottam, and Harrow until 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:04 p.m., train storm spotters and operator continue to observe a damaging tornado near Forest Lake moving southeast at 50 kilometers per hour. This storm is expected to impact the following areas: southeastern Tecumseh and Maidstone by 4:20 p.m., Essex by 4:25 p.m., and Lakeshore and Cottam by 4:35 p.m. This storm has caused extensive damage and loss of life in the cities of Detroit, Michigan and Windsor, Ontario within the past hour. Take shelter now. Also, Doppler radar is tracking another tornado on the ground 7 kilometers northwest of Malden Center and was moving southeast at 50 kilometers per hour. This storm has caused damage to buildings and trees in Edgewater Beach and northeastern Amherstburg. Those in Harrow can expect this tornado within the next 34 minutes. Again,
damaging tornadoes are on the ground and have caused damage and loss of life. Get to a shelter now in a basement or reinforced structure. Stay away from windows, doors and outside walls. Do not try to outrun a tornado out of vehicle. Protect yourself in a ditch or ravine.
Tornado on ground near the town of Kingsville. Tornado warning extended to include southern Essex County and southwestern Ontario, including Kingsville, Ruthven and Leamington until 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:39 p.m., Kingsville Police Service reported a tornado near the intersection of Essex CR23 and Essex CR20 and was moving east at 50 kilometers per hour. This tornado will reach Kingsville by 4:50 p.m., Ruthven by 4:55 p.m., and Leamington by 5:05 p.m. This same storm has caused damage in Harrow. Persons in the areas should move into shelters now. Get to a shelter now in the basement or reinforced structure. Stay away from windows, doors, and outside walls. If in a vehicle or mobile home, seek shelter in the reinforced structure. If the structure isn't available, seek shelter in a ditch or ravine. A tornado watch remains in effect for all of Essex County until 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Again, this is a tornado emergency for those living in Kingsville, Ruthven, and Leamington. A tornado was near the intersection of Essex CR23 and Essex CR20 and was moving east. Seek shelter now.
Environment Canada has issued a significant weather bulletin for regions in the broadcast area. Stay tuned for further information.
Environnement Canada a émis un bulletin météorologique significatif pour les régions dans la zone de diffusion. Restez connectés pour plus d'informations.
Environment Canada has issued a tornado warning for Kent County in southwestern Ontario, including Chatham-Kent until 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:54 p.m., the tornado was tracking strong rotation in a severe thunderstorm 13 kilometers northwest of Chatham-Kent, or 17 kilometers southwest of Dresden, and was moving east at 45 kilometers per hour. Hazards expected with this severe storm include large hail and a tornado that could develop at any moment. The times of arrival for this dangerous storm are Darn in northern sections of Chatham-Kent by 5:10 p.m., Louisville by 5:20 p.m., and Vosburg and Van Horn by 5:25 p.m. These severe storms are responsible for damage and loss of life in southeast Michigan and Essex County. Persons in or near these areas should be prepared to take shelter immediately in a basement or reinforced structure if a tornado develops. Try to place yourself between walls and the tornado if possible. Stay away from windows, doors, or outside walls. If you are on roadways and you cannot avoid the tornado, seek shelter in a ditch or ravine. Follow later statements from Environment Canada and media outlets on this dangerous tornado outbreak. A tornado watch remains in effect for Essex and Kent counties in southwestern Ontario until 7 p.m. Wednesday night.